Hi, Sam Sorbo here for the Accidental Homeschooler. So yesterday we talked about the parents' response and this idea that the idea that they have about homeschooling, the experience that parents have just had with homeschooling during COVID was not the homeschool experience. It was an opportunity, and and I made that very clear in many of my videos that it's simply an opportunity. And by the way, I will be doing a sort of a roundup of a bunch of emails that I've gotten from you guys. So thank you so much for reaching out. If you want to email me, samsorbo.com is the place to send me an email. I often answer them, especially the really nice ones. No, there aren't any bad ones. I just really appreciate the input. I'm really just trying to help parents sort out how to be the best parent for their children. How to be the best parent for your children is for you to parent them full time, despite everything else that you have going on. Yeah. Luckily, parenting, while it is a full-time, in a sense, occupation, it does not require all of your time. Yay. So there's that. All right, but today I want to talk about the kids' reactions to home education that they experienced during COVID. And some of this I gleaned from the parents' comments about the kids because obviously, the parents say, oh, my kid wanted this or said that or whatever. So again, what you did in terms of home education during the lockdown was not actual home education. It was an opportunity to test drive a little bit part of the home education experience. But of course, it was tainted with the lockdown. And so it was nowhere near what the home education experience actually is. It was just an exposure to part of it. And it's the same story for the kids. So their reaction was, well, I really miss my friends. Well, yeah, because you're locked down and you can't go out and your friends can't come over and. So let's not confuse these things with, well, that obviously is a direct result of home education. It's not. In fact, and I said this yesterday, but it bears repeating, by and large, kids who are home educated have a lot more time for their friends. Now, if you were a reluctant parent who was reluctantly homeschooling your children or your child, and you sort of tainted the experience with, oh, here we go again, now I have to do this, now I have to do that, or that kind of a thing, then it would have been probably by and large a negative experience. What I did with my videos, what I was trying to do was encourage you to sort of embrace it and say, okay, we're going to do this because we're going to, it'll be fun and we're just going to make the best of it and here we go and it's an adventure and all of that thing. And so then, embrace your family, come together as a family, try to find the positive, right? And that's really the best way to live life is to try to find the positive and not dwell on the negative things, even though, well, they're myriad, right? They're out there. To the same extent, we need to encourage our kids to do that as well. And so you say to your kids, you missed your friends because you were locked in, not because we were homeschooling. And please have these conversations with your children. They're smarter than you think. Even the young ones, yes, dumb it down a little bit for the younger ones, right? But if you have preteens and teens, you can have these serious conversations with them. And by the way, please don't allow them to make the decision of whether they want to go back to school or not. Please don't do that. It is not their job. It is your job. And your job really is to let's see, there are a couple different ways of handling this. So you make the decision, and then you have the conversation with your child. And when your child puts up barriers to the decision that you've made, like, you don't have to tell them. You say, hey, so I'm thinking about what to do this fall. Let's run through this scenario. You've decided to home educate, okay? And it was not the most successful experience that you had, but because you just listen to me, you're going, oh, the reason that it wasn't that successful is more because of COVID than because I'm a horrible home educator. But I really think that this would be the best solution for the education for my child because of the fact that all of the different things that they're going to put into the school, requiring vaccinations or requiring masks on everybody or requiring that you stay seated at your desk and you have a 1 foot perimeter around your desk, like whatever, right? I don't know how you base your decision, but there are lots of different reasons, right? So you make the decision, okay, this fall I'm going to homeschool. Then what? Then you have a conversation with your child. Now say your child, and you're dreading it because, oh my gosh, my kid's not going to go for that. My kid's going to be very upset. She wants to go back to school and see all of her friends or whatever, right? Come up with your reasons. Make a list. Be purposeful. This is what parenting is. I swear, I'm writing a parenting book. I just haven't started it yet. Be purposeful. Say, okay, and now I have to have the conversation with my child. And there's a temptation. Maybe I should just let her decide. Please don't do that. You are the parent. Okay, so I need to have a conversation with my child. What's the best way to do that? Well, when you were dating, did you just show up and have a conversation? Or did you put some effort into it? Did you go to a restaurant? Did you do something? Make an effort, right? So my suggestion is be purposeful. You've got your list. You say, you know what, I want to have this conversation with my child. Let me make a nice breakfast for us and invite my child to sit with me at breakfast. Hey, because there's some things I want to talk to you about. And then you start with some stuff, maybe not school related. And then you segue into school. And then you say, listen, I've been giving a lot of thought to the fall. I haven't made up my mind yet, even though maybe you have, right? You say, but I'm trying to figure out whether homeschooling should be, our first choice or not. What do you think? And the child says, no, absolutely not, right? So I'm just trying to sort of work this scenario for you. The child's like, oh gosh, no, it's terrible. Nothing personal, but you're a bad teacher and whatever, right? Say you get hit with a barrage of no. Then you have to segue into what are the benefits of home education. Okay, I hear you. Yeah, remember that one day when we fought so bad? I'm really sorry about that. That was really my bad. I mean, I shouldn't have lost my temper, whatever, right? And then you say, but I gotta say, you had so much free time. Wouldn't you like to have that free time to spend maybe with your friends? And, it just occurred to me, I didn't hear you once complain about your locker because you didn't have to go to your locker. I didn't hear once you complain about whatever happened at lunch because you didn't go to lunch. I'm thinking about all the positive things that were things that, that you avoided the negatives. Remember when you used to come home from school complaining about that kid, whatever, right? I don't know because I don't send my kids to school, so my imagination fails me about all the different things that kids put up with at school. Remember that problem that you had with the teacher? Remember this, remember that. And you have that conversation. Okay, now, maybe it doesn't get resolved. Maybe you leave it as, you know what, we've got a couple months more of summer. I really want you to seriously consider if you don't think that home educating might not be a better choice. Just because I'm considering it, and I see, you know, a lot of positives, like you get to run your own schedule, like you're on your time. You know what, if you want to sleep until 9, I think I'd be okay with that, as long as you got your work done by 2, or as long as you whatever, right? So you put out this kind of, hey, it's a give and take. Hey, we should discuss this. Let's talk about this. You are, at that point, you're empowering your child without giving them the power, okay? That's an important part of parenting, because we want our kids to learn how to be powerful before they have the opportunity to mess it up too badly, okay? Wow, this has gone on long. Okay, so let's leave it at there, and we'll pick up, I'll pick up this maybe later this week, because I got to think through some more of this. But parents, you need to be having conversations with your children that are important, meaningful to them in their lives for the future, okay? And so, and this is probably the most meaningful conversation that you can have with your children after sex and morality. But this is here today, right now, so do it. And parents, really be thinking about the best option for your child for this fall. Maybe you'll surprise yourself. I really think it's home education. Of course, that's no surprise. All right, thanks for tuning in. Great to see you here. Please do subscribe. Please share. Let's get some parents out there engaged in raising their kids. All right, thanks for tuning in. Bye.